Welcome back to yet another video. This time we're going to look at shake reduction and the practical use of shake reduction and the effect on slow shutter speed. I'm going to be demonstrating this with the Pentax K3 Mark III and the Pentax HD DA Star 1650 f2.8 PLM using one-handed operation. So I'm not stabilizing the camera, and I will cycle through shake reduction off and shake reduction on utilizing live view so you can see the effect yourself. And I will also be taking a shot so you can see the difference in the shots in regards to blur. Then we're going to later on ramp up the shutter speed to see the use case of shake reduction in accordance to a faster shutter speed. Does it actually make a difference or does it not with a telephoto lens to make sure that any movement is exaggerated? So let's just get right to it. Okay, so using the same settings as before, so 1/13 of a second, I'm going to zoom in to 300 millimeters, and I have shake reduction off, and I'm going to take a picture of the sign just over there, and let's see how it goes. Oh, and I'm going to do this one-handed. Now I'm going to turn shake reduction on. And we'll see how the two of them differ. Yeah. Now let's go to 55, and we're going to use the reciprocal rule of increasing the shutter speed to about the focal length of the lens to combat handshake, right? So start with actually, let's go to 100 millimeters, just so it's zoomed in a little bit, and I'll stay at 1/13 of a second, and then I will increase the shutter speed to match, and we'll see how that combats handshake, and make sure I turn shake reduction off here. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to increase the shutter speed. There we go. All right, we'll see how those two fare. And let's move on to some other things. Turn shake reduction. Okay, make sure shake reduction is off. Okay, it's off. Let's go test out some serious stuff. Now, in case you're wondering why I'm shooting strictly static subjects, it's because, oh, that freaked me out. It's because I don't want there to be any confusion between shake reduction and shaky hands versus, so stabilizing the image versus things like motion blur and maybe tracking may be a little off if the subject is moving. I don't want there to be any misconception of why an image may not be super sharp. So that's why I'm using completely static subjects in order to demonstrate this. Actually, at this point in time, let's actually go and we will do some shots on slower moving subjects. So there's a lot of geese just down that way, and they are currently walking along this snow-filled wilderness. They're all walking pretty much the same speed. I mean, it's not going to be a completely scientific demonstration of this, but it should give you a very good idea of the differences. Hello, Goose. You're not the one that was walking I was talking about. Where's the rest of your group? Okay. Don't worry, I'll find them.
Duck. Yeah, those are ducks. See, duck is small, geese is big.
All right, so shake reduction off, 1/500th of a second, f8 at ISO 200. You decided to stop walking, eh? I ain't got nothing for you, man. Nope. Okay, now I'm going to turn shake reduction on. And wait. Yep, shake reduction on and wait. Need to come back this way. They know I have no food, so they're not coming. Alright, we'll switch to AFC. I'll leave shake reduction on. But they're not walking. Not walking. Going the wrong way, guys. Come on now. Work with me. Alright, let's try a different vantage area. C, shake reduction on, 1/500th of a second, ISO 250 in TAB, so that's going to fluctuate, and F8. You're walking. Oh no. Oh no. Where are you all going? Oh, there's some other people coming. I think they have food, so they're flying over there. Alright, one more with shake reduction on. Quickly turn off shake reduction. Go at 1/500th of a second in AFC. Quick. So one-handed, so I'm a little bit shakier. Move. There we go. Alright, shake reduction off. Oh, now shake reduction on. One-handed. Start walking, buddy. Start walking. There we go. Alright. So as you can clearly see, shake reduction does make a big difference in regards to the stabilization of the image sensor for when you're shooting. However, from what I've noticed, after about 1/1000th of a second or so, it doesn't really make that much of a difference at all. It's practically imperceptible as to whether or not shake reduction was on or off in regards to sharpness of the image due to camera shake from your hand. Now, my rule of thumb is just leave shake reduction on all the time because it's always active, stabilizing the image sensor as you're moving the camera around or you're shaking. All those little micro jitters will end up showing up in your image. The only time you should turn it off is if you are using a tripod and you're going to be manipulating the shutter yourself. If you're using a 2-second timer or 12-second timer or remote release, the camera will automatically turn shake reduction off for you. So, rule of thumb, always leave it on a tripod. Either use a remote or turn it off if you will be directly manipulating the shutter each and every single shot with no remote or no self-timer. And those are my conclusions. I hope these help you out. I've noticed some things online. People are a bit, curious as to, do I leave it on? Do I leave it off? From my experience, after about 1/1000th of a second shutter speed or so, it doesn't really make a difference whether it's on or off, so you might as well just leave it on, because the worst thing that can happen is you drop your shutter speed down, you still have shake reduction off, and you wreck the photo because your hand just happened to move, or that one instance where you click the shutter and the camera just happens to bounce that minuscule amount enough to wreck your photo. So just leave it on. That's going to be it for this video. If you like the video, leave a like. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. Always helps out. If you want to support the channel, that info is down there at the bottom of the description. And if you have any questions or comments, suggestions, let me know in the comments below. And I will see you in my next video. I'm out.